What's up, y'all? Welcome to the PSH podcast, the podcast where casual gamers come together and talk about stuff we want to talk about. I'm your host, Jolly Dangerous. You can call me Jolly D or just plain old Jolly.
And this is your co-host, Mr. Killer King Crow, aka Spectre. Just call me Spectre for right now. I don't like the casualty first name basis. And then over here we got
Mr.Poh.
Mr.Poh.
What's up, guys? My name is Mr.Poh. I've been playing games since I was like 18. Started playing World of Warcraft right out of college. Lost a lot of lives during then.
a lot of
Let's
lives
get.
were lost during the WoW confrontation.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right. So, the first topic that we have for tonight is what's been plaguing the Twitch community for like the past few weeks or months? Swatting. How safe are you? So, for people who don't know what swatting is, anybody want to explain what swatting is?
Pretty much swatting is the most dickish. Can I say the word I want to say?
Yeah, you can say, hey, say what you want to say.
Oh, good. It's the most dickish, asshole-ish, asinine thing you can ever do to any ass out there, making you feel like the most biggest ass. Is when you get some type of form of whatever dirt you can find or make up. You get the SWAT team over somebody's house. It's like the ultimate funniest prank to you, but like everybody else, the community and everything, like that's the most jacked up thing you can ever witness and do to anybody.
Uh,
Like,
well, let me go ahead. All right, swatting is the trick of uh, calling an emergency like 911 dispatcher, and you're basically getting like somebody's number. It's like say someone's streaming on Twitch, and you find out their actual name. So you basically do a reverse phone lookup on their name, and you can get their number, and you can actually call 911 saying that they're making bombs and blah 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 and all this other stuff. And they will SWAT team actually comes to the house when you talk about like bombs and stuff like that. They'll come to your house and break in and arrest you. And it's been happening recently to Twitch streamers. And while they're streaming live, people are calling up these police stations and saying this stuff about them, and they're coming and getting arrested on camera. Like the last famous YouTuber that did that was White Boy 7th Street or something like that. I don't know how to say his name. I think it's
yeah,
White Boy 7th Street. He got swatted. SWAT team comes knocking, like breaks down the door. They arrest him. They're looking for explosive devices, and what they actually find is his stash of weed. It's like what 500 grams or some shit like that. It was like a minuscule
Anywhere,
amount.
anywhere from 3 grams to 300 grams was a felony amount.
And then that's what he got charged for. He got charged with a felony. I don't know if they dropped the charges. I think they dropped the charges because they went in there for something else. But I mean,
I don't think they would actually drop the charges because no matter what they got called there for, they found something illegal there. So
it's.
I think I saw him. He got his mugshot. He got processed and he probably just bailed out.
I mean, it's like calling out a firefighter to put out a fire at your house, and they're like, "Okay, there's not a fire here." Well,
I,
shit, we gotta do something. We're out here. There's a
I mean,
cat.
yeah, like we know what it's about now. But like, here's the thing though. This happens a lot, and the problem is that all you're trying to do is just game and be entertaining to the community. It's like, how safe are you really now? Because a lot of YouTubers have been putting their name out there now, like just opening up to their fans and viewers.
You really want to. You really just want to build that connection with the people around you. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's the problem though. It's like the, getting your real name out there, because I see why people like to stay anonymous, but you can only stay in this persona for so long until you want to say like, man, this is my actual name. You know what I mean? This is I'm an actual person,
Exactly.
not a personality 24 hours a day. And
Exactly.
then when these people, and they may not even be your viewer or fan, find you and do something like this to you, it's like you don't feel safe anymore. You feel violated. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's any way away from something like that. That to me that would hinder me streaming. Like I probably would not want to stream anymore because of that shit.
I mean, like I had a similar experience. when I say similar experience, it wasn't like I actually did get swatted, but like funny story. I was sitting down playing games with my friend Ninja Monkey, and next thing I hear a knock on the door, and the most awkward feeling I've ever had in the world was me opening the door to a gun being pointed in my face. Two
Oh,
cops, me. I had a gun pointed to my face by two cops, two officers that didn't know them. I didn't fucking call them. I don't know who called them, but apparently I was beating my girlfriend, which I was single at the time, and drinking alcohol, which I was sober at the time. I didn't drink for like a whole year and a half since then. So they're over here searching my premises or whatever. Next thing I find out, it's the downstairs neighbor who was doing that stuff, and they still didn't do anything about that guy, like because they didn't get a call to him.
hmm.
I had a similar experience, kind of, sorta, kind of relates, but it is fucked up. I mean, it's messed up.
How you feel about that, Poe?
Uh, man, me and are about the same age here. We went through our pranking ages. I believe everyone goes through a pranking age, but pranks are meant to be somewhat fun on both sides. You know, yeah, there's TPing houses, sucks to clean up, but you know who did it. You get to TP their house. Swatting, I want to say a little overboard, definitely overboard, and a lot of. I think what one thing swatting became a fad or
Your
what's the
fan
word
hitting
I'm
the
looking?
mic.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right.
What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I guess a fad would be
Yeah,
a good term.
yeah.
Something people are doing nowadays due to the fact that it's popular or whatever, and it's because I don't know, people just don't have better things to do in their lives. They're
And
Well,
bored.
like fads are starting to become like more and more dangerous. Like first, it was the whole fad of planking. You guys remember, like when you had to try and straighten out your body as flat as possible, and like
yeah, but that didn't hurt anybody though.
yeah, it kind of did. Some people was trying to do like the most ultimate extreme planking, where they did it on top of stories of buildings or like
Oh no shit!
walls, and people actually fell off and died from it. Yeah, that actually happened.
Wow.
I know you saw the infamous video where the girl's trying to plank between a what was it, a stove, an oven, and her counter, which was like beside each other, and she's hanging on the door, and the oven door opens up, and she busts her face on the stove top.
Oof.
And
Oh
now
my
it has
gosh.
evolved. And then, since then it's evolved to that the whole fire challenge where you're putting alcohol in your chest and you're burning yourself just for some likes.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah,
what is it? The fire challenge.
the fire challenge. And now we over here to swatting. I mean, what's next?
The
Uh,
fire challenge, that was a real thing.
oh yeah,
Wow,
definitely.
man. Like I'm not really into those fad things. Like the only fad that I've seen recently that just like spread everywhere was the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, and the sad thing about the ice bucket challenge, it was like half of those people, I bet you, did not donate. And the other half wasn't even educated on what actually happens to charities when you do, don't when they get a lot of donations in charities.
Well, see, here's the thing: is like it was the challenge was supposed to be if you don't do it within 24 hours,
You got
then you have to donate. So basically, doing the ice bucket challenge
Well,
was
you're
for
supposed.
you not to donate, well, not to
Well,
donate.
no. You're supposed to donate no matter what.
Well,
exactly.
yeah, of course, but like
No.
initially,
It.
that's how it started.
I don't know about that. Like I heard, like you're supposed to donate even if you got accepted. Like it was like if you don't do the ice bucket challenge, you're supposed to donate like a larger amount, like $100 or so.
Yeah, that's
But if you
okay.
did the ice bucket challenge, you could donate like $10, $20.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that would make more sense to me. I was like, wow, everyone is just doing this ice bucket challenge,
Right.
and it
And
seems like they
and
want
it
to do a lower amount.
it was that way for a while. A lot of people weren't just they were just doing it because everyone else. Well, one, they got nominated. Two, they didn't really know the rules, and three, they were just, oh, everyone's doing it, might as well do it.
Hmm.
Oh, and the new fad that's out now is called the Pretty Face Challenge. You seen that one?
No.
Mm-mm.
Pretty much, somebody challenged you to a pretty face challenge. It's not like a competition on who looks the best. It's once you get challenged to the pretty face challenge, so take as many selfies as possible, put up your top four, make a collage out of it, and post it.
Huh.
I know, right?
It's
I
a
know.
thought contest.
It's a
Nice.
thought contest.
Nice. Anyway, um, Well, back to the swatting thing.
Yes, the swatting, that's important.
See, here's the thing. Like, has I don't even know if Twitch has even taken a big hit from the swatting because that's who's affected the most. Are
Yeah.
all Twitch streamers. So it's Twitch slowed down a little bit. You can see like a few people not making streams as often as they usually would, but in the long run, I don't really think this is gonna affect the Twitch community at all or
Not
the
like
streaming community.
yeah, just like it's it's like that Bob Marley. You heard the story of Bob Marley why he kept on doing music even after he got shot?
No.
Pretty much he said, well, crime doesn't stop 24/7, so why should I? It was the whole, you want to do good. You want to do your craft. You want to do something that's meaningful, that's going to impact somebody,
Yeah.
no matter what the danger is. So they already know the threat of swatting, but they also know that they have their fans. They have a crowd that they need to appease. It's not even a need to appease, it's the love of it. It's the love of your craft. Like as an artist, we're all artists here. As an artist, you want to do what you want. Like if the music industry was under attack by terrorists or some other splinter cell or just even like another fake fads where they're attacking musicians and everybody else like that, they're still going to do the music because that's who they are. That's who we are. And that's who the Twitch streamers are. They're entertainers.
Well, I want to say
It's in their blood. It's the love for them.
to every Twitch streamer out there that doing something like this and seeing how people can get into your life like that and affect it so much just by getting your name. I think right now being anonymous on the internet and being in social media like that, it's gonna hinder you. Like that, to me, that's gonna hinder a person who's out there because you're on the internet and you're all in all this social media, and the if you look at the differences between movie stars and YouTubers and streamers, is that you movie stars, first off, they have fake names. Not every, like Denzel Washington and fucking Will Smith have like their actual name. Like it's a fake name because they want to keep their personal lives private. You never see anybody gonna go out there and do a SWAT on any movie star because first off, you barely know where they live, you barely know their name, and you barely can get in contact with them. But YouTubers and streamers, you're you have open lives 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? That's the problem that I see. I mean, I love being out and doing my gaming and interacting with fans, but fans will never know where I stay. Fans will never will they'll probably know my real name, but I'm not going to advertise it freely. I'm not going to give out my number. It's like that kind of stuff you have to keep in mind so stuff like this wouldn't happen. But that's just how I feel about the whole social media, how it's basically allowing shit like this to happen.
And a word for those Twitchers that are still doing their twitching, I commend you and keep on doing it. As artists, we got to stick together. And most importantly, we just got to keep whatever art we're portraying alive. Just,
Virtual reality, fad or future.
so,
So Oculus Rift technology.
dude, that. I'm already still waiting for the dev kit. I'm not going to wait for this thing to go to retail. I'm going to get this junk. And I definitely see this becoming like the next big thing. They've already made over 200,000 sales off the pre-order or off the dev kit for people who are developers and people who are not developers. They just want to try out the new age of virtual reality. It's no longer this big, bulky red and black thing that's going to make you go colorblind anymore. It's in my opinion perfected.
Well, it's a extreme long way from the Virtual Boy. I know that.
Oh yeah,
But
and
here's the thing though. Should it be like the next standard or not?
like should it be forced upon people?
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, the cost that they have going for it from retail or whatever, it's a new age technology, so gearheads is automatically going to want to get it. It's actually in a reasonable price range. Two, it's going to be just like a console pretty much. When we say consoles, you know how much people will shell out for a console when they see a virtual reality helmet and they see all these sci-fi movies that's been doing VR games.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're going to want it. Like that's just how I see it. Just when it comes to gaming, everybody always just wanted to get more and more into immersion. The more you can immerse the player into a game, the more they become a part of your world. And that's what every game developer, artist, everybody's been trying to get into is like, how can I get this person perfectly indulged into my medium? And
Okay,
VR
so
is that answer. Like that's what the Oculus Rift is giving us, is that VR.
so the Oculus Rift, and there's more companies out there that's making this virtual reality technology. It's not just Oculus. It's there. You got Sony that's trying to come out with their own version, and the glasses do look a hell of a lot better than the Oculus Rift right now.
Right now, yeah.
Um,
Then
and
you have
then
Samsung.
yeah, you
And,
have all these other companies that's trying to jump on this bandwagon. Now, Oculus, the Oculus is going in another direction right now because they did they sell it to Facebook, or are they still trying to work a deal out because Facebook is supposed to be buying the Oculus Rift for $2 billion.
Facebook already bought it.
Oh, okay. Well, they already bought it. Now the problem is like, what are they gonna do with it?
They're still developing it from Word. They're um they're actually still are working on it. Facebook is just pretty much funding them.
Yeah, but why though? Like, if you think about it, there's always these big companies that will fund something for some reason. They're not doing it just to help them out. They're doing it for some kind of benefit of their own.
Global social domination.
Yeah, fucking virtual reality Facebook.
It's like I know you're at. I've been looking at you this whole time.
Poe, any
I see
thoughts on that?
Mm, VR, I don't know, man. Like, you guys watch anime, right?
Yeah,
of course.
well I do.
Okay. You know what Sword Art Online is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I think if you're a gamer, you normally watch anime, and a lot of people know what SAO is, and that's a really real thing. You know, projecting your own consciousness into a virtual reality. I don't know, man. Like that just doesn't seem. It seems cool. Don't get me wrong. Like I would love to immerse myself in my games, but just there's so many things that can go wrong.
what do you mean?
Uh, what? Go
Oh,
ahead, Chris.
are you are you worried about the whole conscious plug-in thing to the whole computer system?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's interesting. The only thing the Oculus Rift does is just imagine a big wide screen around your face.
That's pretty much what it is.
That's it. It
Yeah,
covers.
I know, but that's not where it stops. You know what I'm saying? That's
Oh, so if they were to go on and on and
yeah,
on,
exactly. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
when does it actually end? How much more further can it go?
exactly.
I
You
don't
know
know,
what I'm
because
saying?
like if you also look on as far as other technology goes for immersion, you got the Omnitrix, which is the running treadmill. I know everybody saw that junk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
You have to wear these special, they call it track resistant shoes.
Hmm.
Then you also have this thing called the Mio, MYO. It is two wristbands that actually reads the electronic pulses in your muscles, and
Oh yeah, man, that thing is so dope.
you
I'm
can
I'm
actually
sorry.
it's
That
blue.
thing is awesome.
It is. It is. I want to get the Oculus Rift. Forget the freaking Omnitrix. Like I don't fucking run for a living. If I want to run, I go outside and run, actually run. But I'm gonna get that along with the Mio, and that's like the ultimate virtual reality immersion.
Man, hold on, you keep saying Omnitrix. Isn't that the fucking band thing that Ben 10 uses?
I thought it was the Omnitrix.
Omnitrix. Omnitrix.
I thought it was the Omni Matrix or some crap like
Oh,
that,
okay, okay.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the Omnitrix. I think Trix.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. That's the Ben 10 thing.
Well, it's called the Omni something.
Oh yes, yeah, some shit like that. Yeah, I'll find a page or picture later and show it on the screen. But yeah, that fucking band thing that reads your muscles, as long as no one's injecting me with shit or putting something into my skin, I'm all for it. But I don't think it should be a standard in the gaming community at all. Like
And
at any one point, do not make a AAA title just to be with Oculus Rift, because that would fucking suck.
I don't foresee any I don't foresee any consumers even ever wanting to go into that. Like even as an investor, that seems kind of risky for, you know, it's kind of hard, A, to market, and B, risky for consumers to even want to try because of course, health, safety stuff. Like those type of risk factors, the common human being is going to take into factor. And of course, anybody who doesn't research is automatically going to be, scared,
I,
reluctant to actually try and dive into something like that.
this kind of technology, it reminds me of Surrogate. You ever seen that
No.
with Bruce Willis? It's like everyone is living in this world where you have surrogates. So you're basically at home and you're lying down in it's like a coffin, like a metal digital coffin, and you're actually transporting your consciousness into a robot. So you never age, you never die, you never get sick, and you basically go out and live your own life, but your real body is at home laying down, like not getting any sunlight, barely eating. You know what I mean? It feels like people are trying to make virtual reality. It's too much reality in this virtual reality that Oculus Rift is making. And I'm not just saying Oculus Rift, but it's like I've seen a lot of demos where it's showing you like an inside of a house. Fucking walk inside of a fucking go and walk inside of a real house. You know what I mean? There's no reason to
Yeah,
like
yeah. There's no
show
reason to
something
just walk to
better
your
than this
neighbor's
shit.
house. There's no reason to just walk to your neighbor's door and just open it up and walk on in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no reason to show me like what it's like to fly because there's a plane right here I can fucking get on. Like there's other you can go skydiving. That's real. But I mean, show me something that you would normally not see. Like if you really want to make a matrix, let me go into something where I can fucking do zero gravity and transform shit. Like, I want to see something that amazes me.
yeah, and then that goes into the whole play of travel tickets, how much that's actually going to cost to do at that point. Then it's a lot safer, easier to just do it through a virtual reality helmet.
I guess that's true. And then you have people that are like handicapped that can't experience certain things.
Yeah, this is also a good tool for retraining because actually some medical centers are taking on the Oculus Rift and doing some rehabilitation programs. They're also using the Oculus Rift in flight training simulators for flight schools to actually get the pilots comfortable with flying a plane.
Makes
It's actually
sense.
on that sense of depth to where human senses just start kicking in to where they actually feel like it's actually happening to them. So it's
Okay,
a good training tool as well.
I gotta put this out there. I gotta put this out there real quick. Oculus Rift in porno. Go.
Um,
Just go.
uh, uh, like unless there's like the little that would work. That would work. You get the little doll and it had like little portable pocket thingies and I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's man, that's and the porn industry is always jumping on
I
stuff.
mean, look. The top two industries in the world is like what porn and gaming.
Yeah,
Well, not top, but it's a massively grossing amount of money that
I
both
would
of
say
these
the porn
companies
is
make.
pretty luxurious.
I mean, can you imagine though? Like, can you imagine the webcam shows, virtual reality,
Man,
actually being there with the person? I can't imagine the shit because I don't think I would want that.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. That's pretty much that's the same thing as Surrogate. Like
Yeah.
if you watch Ghost if you've a fan of Ghost in the Shell, Surrogate with Bruce Willis is the same thing.
Okay. Tell you what. What game, if you could play it in virtual reality, what game would you play on the Oculus Rift?
Oh dang Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's a good one.
Assassin's Creed.
That's a good one.
Man,
So
you got sneaking around, you have assassinations, you have the parkour, you have the leap of faith. That would be awesome
man,
to do virtual.
I got mine. The Amazing Spider-Man game.
That would be a nice one. I'm not gonna lie, that would be a nice one.
What about you, Poe?
All right, I'm sorry. This one I did not actually listen to. Go ahead.
What?
So,
Okay,
any game out there,
yeah.
what would you use the Oculus Rift to play? Like, if
Hmm.
you put any game out there on the Oculus Rift, what game would you put on?
Well, okay. I would actually any FPSs. That'd be a given.
Okay.
You would love to be submerged into a FPS.
Your Call of Duties or
game.
Halos and
Oh,
stuff like
any
that.
yeah, any of those doesn't matter. Crossfires, even free to play. Which brings our next topic here
I
in a second, like free to
do.
play games. But I'd probably say the one game I would probably want to see in Oculus, what is it called?
Oculus.
Oculus Rift
Mm-hmm.
would be World of Warcraft, which is I don't know why, but
I can see that. Fantasy world,
yeah, like
large open areas,
exactly.
big boss battles. Yeah, that would be kind of
It's
cool.
actually like living in another world. Then in that case, 'cause a lot of people are already doing it anyway, like Skyrim. Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! Can you imagine Lord of the Rings
Ah,
or what's that other one? Monster Hunter. Golly.
for real, Monster Hunter. Oh, Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh fuck yes. Oh
Oh,
my gosh. And then have like a rumble suit so where every time you see the Colossus hit the ground, it just your whole body shakes. That would be awesome.
you know what? They're actually bringing that back as a full bodysuit.
Man, that would suck. That I mean, like it would suck to wear it. I mean, it's awesome to think about, but dude, it would freak me out.
When they first had the rumble vest for the first PlayStation, I was playing Siphon filter on it. Dude, got shot in the back. I never screamed so loud like a bitch before in my life. Like, ah! The funny was at my friend's house, so his mom comes in like, "What's going on?" Oh, for a second I thought you guys were raping a girl.
What?
Just looked back, it was like, "I'm gonna leave now. Yeah, I'm done. It's good. Thank you for like making me seem like a girl. Your mom coming in thinking I was getting raped. I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah, that's yeah, that would yeah. And all right,
Too much.
yeah, yeah,
Too
a little bit. Play to win, free to play. Like, this. What's up with
much.
that?
All right.
Playing to win games versus free to play games. Not to mention that consoles are starting to implement this same kind of strategy where you can buy all the unlockable stuff right off the bat instead of actually sitting through a game and spending time with the game and playing through it and getting it the right way.
Now that I don't have a problem with. Yeah, as long as it's not competitive, as long as it's not a PvP game. Because in my opinion, when it comes to paying should be more as a ease of convenience. When I say ease of convenience, it's like, okay, this one item is still available to everybody in the game. You have like this good god gun that's available to everybody in the game, but you have to be a certain level prerequisite to get it. And it takes an intense amount of farming to get it. When I say intense amount of farming, it's not like you might get lucky and find it off the boss. It's like, no, it takes a while for you to actually get the parts and craft the parts because it's a huge amount of number.
Mm.
And you still have to be that level when you want to unlock it with real cash money. That's okay. Like to me, that's okay. That's ease of convenience. But if it's a game, if it's a gun that's only available, like any type of weapon, anything that gives you a higher amount of damage in the game that you can only buy, that I can't stand. And you see that way too much.
You know what? Right quick. I don't know because I don't know that much about these types of games. Paul, you know anything about this? Like, if you can explain your version of pay to win and free to play.
All right. So you have pay to win would be a good example would be let's see here. I'm not sure you guys know what Maple Story is.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Okay, well, if you guys know what Maple Story is, Maple Story is definitely pay to
it'll
win
win. Yes, it is.
because another there was another game that my friend used to play a lot. Oh, what is that stupid game called? Raiders Online.
Raider Z, yeah.
Yeah, Raider Z definitely pay to win. Another one
I
is
don't know. I played Raider Z. I actually did experience Raider Z. Actually, last year recently, so my memory's still like kind of good on it.
mhm.
It's it's not necessarily pay to win. All the items are still actually farmable.
It is farmable. You're right there, but definitely able to pay to win. And when we say pay to win is like what you do is you spend real life money to gain online credits to buy certain boxes that have certain armors in them. Or a good example when I was talking about Maple Story. Maple Story, on the game, there are these cubes that would reset the stats on certain items, and it was possible that if you cubed it enough, the item would
Stats.
gain more stats, higher stats. Uh, Good example right now is my Maple Story account. I spent 7,000 US dollars on it, and
Fuck. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to.
Over here
I,
debating
I'm
pay to
I'm
win, huh?
totally listening to you,
mhm,
but you wait. Did you just say you spent 7,000
mhm,
real life dollars
yeah,
on a online game that looks like it's some fucking 9 year old made to shit?
Can I
right. Mhm.
can I send him a picture of
Wow.
can I send him a picture of the cash card you have?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Send me. I have pictures of mountains of the karma coins that you buy for Maple Story. Mountains of them.
Coins.
Um,
They
they're
call
Like
they're
them
they're they're,
coins,
they're called karma coins.
but they're prepaid.
They're
like
just like
prepaid
prepaid.
cards,
Yeah,
like PSN network cards.
yeah, like League of Legend cards.
Oh my! I've
I
seen
have I
Maple
have
Story. I didn't take it seriously.
no, dude. That game actually gets a little bit serious, dude. Like
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of people play it, and yeah, like my account right now is it's worth still around $6,000 to $7,000. I can go and resell it because the armor that I have on my character are so high level and so sought after.
So
Because I mean, you have to understand. All right, you take per se like my character is a phantom and he uses a cane, which is a one-handed staff.
yeah,
Um, the stats for phantoms are Lux and Dexterity. Um, you take a normal cane. It's got say 84 damage, plus 4 dex, plus 4 luck, and per se some other stats. If you sit there and cube it, you spend maybe $30-$40. You cube it, this cane goes to per se 132 damage, maybe around 30 dex, 30 luck. That increases your damage or your range,
man.
attack range on this character by a significant amount.
So you're fighting other characters.
You
No,
can't
no, you're just fighting
monsters.
monster. It's all PvE.
Ooh, wow. So all these cards right here,
Yeah.
these are already paid.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all paid, they're all used and everything.
You see where it says $10 and then you have a whole stack on the left hand side
Of
that's 25.
25.
That's not even the whole thing. He had the draw fill under it
Oh
when the
my.
game came out, and another draw beneath
How
that.
long? How long from the day you had started that account to now?
I don't play Maple Story per se anymore. Um, but
Okay, well, when you stopped, like from the point when you made the account and
maybe
started spending money to when you stopped,
maybe 6 months.
you spent $7,000 on Maple Store in 6 months.
Yeah.
I wish I had $7,000 to spend in 6 months on anything.
Well, I mean, you
That's
don't now. All
crazy.
right, look, put it this way. You make it out to be like I'm spending one whole time $7,000. No, it's me working as a waiter. I would make anywhere from $100 to $200 in cash in tips a
Okay.
day, 5 times a week. I would go to Kroger's and buy 20-$30 worth of cards, bring it home at night, and I would just sit there and it would just pile up.
Oh
You know
well,
what I'm
I mean,
saying? Like
you spending it basically spending your extra money on.
exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
And it totaled up. I mean, like nonetheless, it did total up to $7,000. But it's it's how I did it. It's not like I went and oh, I won $7,000. Let me go spend it on Maple Story.
Well,
No.
you say it like that, I can kind of see, but man, like
Yeah.
when you get into the basis of just the amount,
Mm-hmm.
wow, they made
Um,
$7,000 off of one person. Like
eh, and
that's a basically pay to win. That's straight profit.
and the crazy thing is like that's me using my money to make my character a lot stronger. You know what I'm saying? I actually right now on the server that I'm playing on Maple Story right now, my Phantom right now, even I've not played it almost in 6 months. I'm still like the number fourth or fifth ranking Phantom on the whole server in damage wise. I do
Wow.
so much damage. Yeah, like I'll jump on and like my friends will be like, "Hey, do you want to go help me kill this boss?" I'm like, "Okay." I'll go over there, a boss that might take them an hour or two to play, beat down with 5 other people. Me with 4 other people, I can beat down that boss in 10, 20 minutes because of the damage I do. I have my damage is ridiculous.
Now,
Okay.
that's just like the extreme version of pay to win. Some other games, you can spend $20 and just raffle stomp anybody else.
Yep.
Now see, like that, and that goes into mobile games also, because
Oh, of
I
course.
played Candy
Clash of
Crush.
Clan. Oh my god, Clash of Clans is definitely
That
Clash of
pay to
Clans.
win.
what's that? Simpsons Tapped Out. I was addicted to that game, but not enough to go buy stuff. They give you just enough of these donuts, and donuts are like just like karma coins, and it basically you're what you're doing is you're buying stuff to put in your world. It's kind of like what do they call that? Farmville. All you're doing is biding time. You can either spend donuts on making your building or something like that speed up so you can collect more money from it, or putting more decorations around so you can have like the best spring field or whatever. And I couldn't get into it. Like I finally stopped playing that game because I saw how some people had all these premium items, and each premium item is about $20. So you're paying $20 for one character in one building, one character who has one small storyline that's gonna be over in 10 minutes. And I do not see I don't see the pull, the draw in it, because I'm a fan of The Simpsons, but I'm not gonna sit here and be spending like $600 for a mobile game just to put decorations in my town, just like Candy Crush. I'm not finna sit here and keep spending 99 cents just so I can get past this one level when I know there's 300 more levels.
Right.
Now,
And Candy Crush was also a really bad thing about that. You know
now,
what? Like, let me bring up a topic right now. Like, we're talking about pay to win. I mean, believe it or not, League of Legends is also pay to win.
no, it's not.
Yes, actually, if you think about it, because yes, there are a free rotation of champions, and there are a couple of champions that you can get for free, but it limits you to what champions you can play.
No,
Now, unless you want to sit down and actually get good at one champion and one champion only, per se, like me right now, I'm playing Fior. You have to spend money and get that champion.
no, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you
Well,
do not.
that's what the IP is
See,
for.
this is the thing where it comes from for pay to win and free to play. When we say pay to win is access only by cash. When we say
Yeah, but I
free to
mean,
play, wait a minute,
at to a certain
let me finish.
point,
Let me finish. When we say free to play, you don't have to spend money to get that character. Yeah, sure, it's going to take you a long time, probably 3 days straight of 24-hour playing if you wanted to get the most expensive champion, but it's still accessible to you.
Okay, well, wait a minute, hold on. See, but when you think about it though, if you say it like that, if you say it like that, it it kind of is the same thing, but
Not
for
necessarily,
let's say
because
for the wait. Now for Poe to get this level character in Maple Story, he would probably have to play for years to get that high.
and that would be pay to win in that instance because he's playing a character.
I know, but wait a minute. See, the thing is, LOL is kind of the same way, but instead of playing for years, you're just playing for days. Now, the only thing you actually have to pay for money wise is skins.
Skins, exactly. That's it.
Now, everything else, it's like first off, they offer you the free rotation, so you're already gonna get to
The
play
try
any kind of characters you want, and whatever IP you build up while you're practicing with those characters, you can buy another character that you're looking forward to.
exactly.
LOL is like a game you have to focus on getting one character down pretty good before you move on to the next, because you don't want to be shitty with 20 different characters, I mean 20 different champions, and you're shitty with all of them. You want to
And
be good, you know what I mean? But
weekly rotation gives you a chance to try the character that you would like. And if you don't like the character, but you wanted to buy him with real cash money, and you just so happen to spend real cash money on the character, you're going to lose with them because A, you never tried them. Somebody else who tried them a little bit longer can beat you. That's not pay to win. That's you paying for somebody that you don't know and then you losing.
now, paying to win to me for LOL would be having to actually buy runes and masteries.
Exactly. That would be pay to win in that instance. And the only way to get runes is to farm IP for it.
all right. So
So
now
this
that I've let you talk, all right, yes, you're right. You can farm IP,
That's
but
the only thing you can get
Wait,
with.
let him talk. Let him talk.
dang, man, I mean, like,
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
thank you. Look, yeah, you can farm IP, but now, how much League do you play a day?
A lot.
A lot. Uh, uh, Put it in hours time.
Put it in hours time.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
how many
like,
hours do you
do you
play?
play? Do you put in for League?
It depends on the day.
Average, on average.
Average. Come on, I mean,
Hey, I'm sorry.
work with me.
I really just don't average my.
Anywhere from 3 to 5 hours a day,
No, a little more.
a little bit more. So
Some
anywhere from six to
it can
eight
go
hours.
it can go from 8 to 12 hours a day, realistically.
Mhm.
Or if I'm like busy and I'm running around a lot, it'll be from 5 to 6 hours.
Let's
Okay,
just
so
say
an
eight
average
hours.
about eight hours. Okay, 8 hours a day. Average game probably what 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes per se.
Hmm.
So 25 minutes a game, that's a good rough 17 games the whole day.
Yeah.
Per se that you win half of them. I'll give you a 50% chance of winning half of them.
Uh-huh.
So 8 games per day that you win, that you get 160 IP. So you get about 1,000 IP per day. I'll give you 2,000 IP per day, including the losses.
Yep. That's about right.
2,000 IP per day with losses, and that's giving you a lot.
Yeah,
All
it's
right. So approximately every 3-4 days you get a new champion.
an expensive champion. If I
Uh,
wanted one, yes.
Oh,
The
right quick,
cheapest.
right quick.
Go
Everyone,
ahead.
like everyone who's maybe not a LOL fan, champions, like these characters are the main characters that you play with. Now they have Riot Points, which is the company who's Riot. They sell Riot Points for actual money, and they have IP, and this is like little points that you will accumulate from playing the game over and over again. So let's say, for instance, 100 or 200 Riot Points is $5 actual money, and IP maybe 1,000 IP would take you roughly 3 games at 30 minutes.
Oh no,
What? What's how long would it take to get 1,000 IP?
that's 10 games.
Okay, 10 games at roughly 30 minutes apiece. So, for instance, one champion would be 450 riot points, which would be like $10 in real life money. But then it would be like 7,000 IP in
6,600.
game. No, some have been 7,000. Just stop correcting me. Some would be 7,000 or less IP. So that would just give you guys a idea of how much farming you would have to do to get one character for free. Sorry to
Okay.
interrupt. Go ahead.
And and that goes into what I'm talking about. Riot doesn't make it the fact that it's easy to farm IP. It's 3 or 4 days before you get an expensive champion. And the cheapest champion, which I'll look up right now, I believe is
250 because it's on sale.
no,
No.
no, no, no. IP.
Oh, IP wise, 450.
Yes. It's no, it's not 450. It's 1350.
Nope, 450.
That
No, I have bought a
how are
kale
you
for
gonna get
450.
Thank you.
yeah, yeah,
Champions are
but that's
450.
that's no,
We're
that's
looking at
cheapest.
Rise, we're looking at Tristana, we're
Okay.
looking at War.
No,
Let
it's
me
it's
let me
only
let me
sometimes.
put this is only sometimes, bro. And that's all the beginning champions. Remember, my account I've had for 6, 7 years, or since pretty much League has been going on. I've gotten all those 450 champions. All the champions I have now are 1350 and up.
Yeah,
So that's at least 2 days of farming to get, one character. That's 32 games that you got to play. Deal with all the bullshit, dude. Riot's gonna make it that hard just to make it get a champion. Most people who have the money are going to go spend $20 and get champions instead.
It is kind of true
yeah,
though.
that's okay. And that's okay. That's easy convenience. That's plenty for you.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was going
The
back
same.
to.
If
It's
you buy
it's
the
it's
champion,
it's
it
a
doesn't mean
it's
nothing.
not
You
Okay,
buying the
let's
champion,
let wait. Let's not try to talk over everybody. All right.
you're right, you're right. So let me finish. You buying the champion, it's not you gaining a clear advantage because, like you said earlier, you have to learn the champion, right? Statistics. When we say statistics, I'm talking about stats. Stats is like attack damage, magic damage, health, those type of things. If you were to pay for those type of items, that's paying to win at that point. That's when you're buying an advantage over somebody. But when you're just buying a character, that's just easy convenience that you can get for free. And if you can try out that character for free, you can play that character and find if you like them or not. That's another advantage of you having when you do play them for free. If you're buying a character just outright
See,
because they look cool to you, then you're buying a disadvantage to you.
Okay,
okay.
You're
what
not
So,
this
all
paying.
right,
is
now
just
now that I've let you talk, Chris, if you would have let me finish my topic in the first place, you would understand that I said it's slightly pay to win. Slightly, not even in the strongest chance that you're making your account that much better, but you are making your account more accessible to all the champions that it has,
Yes,
which it's it's not totally free.
you know
It
what?
can be.
it can be totally free.
Wait
It
a
can
minute,
be.
wait a
You're
minute.
right.
But
It
most
can be totally
people
free. You're
I
right.
can see that. I can see a point in it almost being like a pay to win type thing. Because
But
imagine it. Wait, imagine having a team set up, and you need a certain character, and you know that
and that's what I'm going into.
in this bracket, a certain character would be much better for this team. You know, so
Then
if
you farming 1350 to
basic
get a random champ,
basically
like a little small champ.
but
so
you know,
That's
it's
what
instead you're gonna go out and buy that champion that's gonna
exactly.
fit this team to the T, and you're gonna go wreck shop on other people who can't afford it.
now what I want to say is we're confusing accessibility for victory. Because when it actually comes to victory,
No,
look,
it goes
let me finish. Let me finish. If you
it
actually
also goes into victory,
if you want to
Chris.
go,
That's what I'm
let me
saying.
finish. You're talking over me.
But
That's it. We made this
and you've been
conversation.
doing that the whole time, Chris.
You
I mean,
you have been doing it the whole time.
you've been doing that the whole damn time.
Okay, accessibility versus victory actually comes into your rooms. Say it's not.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna say it's
talking
not.
about
Because you
runes.
can
I'm
go
just
out there
talking
and buy
about
a champion
champions.
that
And
needs and not know how to play it, and you just throw the game.
man,
Okay,
Chris, like, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to say anything, but I
we
knew you were
have
gonna
to.
go off because, like, I'm just trying to put my own point and
Yeah,
opinion into it.
we have
It
to
is my
validate.
opinion.
Okay, you're right.
We have to be
It is
accepting to everyone's opinions, man. You
it
can't
is
just.
my opinion that this game is slightly pay to win.
Okay.
Now you're shoving words down my throat, saying that it's not.
I never said that. I never
No,
said
you
anything.
are. You're trying to make every single point see it that you're right and I'm wrong.
So I turned this into a debate. So what?
Basically,
Yes,
yeah, basically.
yes, and it's not a debate. It's a discussion.
You're right. It's a discussion.
Okay,
All right,
let's
thank you.
let's move on to the next topic before this shit gets. Wait, all right. First off, we did a lot of play to win. What's free to play out there? That's right now free to play. Something that you would suggest to somebody.
No, now don't get me wrong. League of Legends is definitely free to play.
But yeah,
You can definitely play any champions
Oh,
and wow.
I'm
man,
sorry.
dude, you being real sensitive right now.
I am. I am. I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Anyways, all
I'm
so
right. Like, don't
sorry.
get me wrong. League of Legends is my game. It's definitely a game that is free to play. Truly, it is truly free to play, but it's going to take you time to get your champions that you want because every champion that most people want are 6,300 IP points, and you get approximately 1,500 per day playing 8 hours a day.
okay, so
Now, like you gotta put that into point of view. Like you're gonna probably go out there and spend $20, $40 on some RP to
Some
buy the
even
champions
cost
that
you
you want.
$5 or $10. Right? Yeah.
And but definitely a game that is free to play, that's fun, uh, very competitive if you like competitive games. What's
and
another free to
basically
play
an
game?
audience for it, 6 million views. I mean, six
Right.
million people viewing championship matches. All right, all right, Spectre. So for you, what would you suggest free to play?
Free to play and pay to win. Like, can I
No,
do
just free to
both?
play. Just free to play.
Why can I not do both?
Just
Actually,
free to play. Because we
okay.
had already talked about pay to win so much. Free to play right now before we move on to the next one.
I got you. Okay. Completely, truly free to play. That is not League of Legends. Uh, hmm. Okay, I guess I have to base it off by genre. RPGs, I would say Stormforge. It's a game that's coming out. Definitely look forward to it. Besides Stormforge, definitely I would say DCUO, DC Universe Online. That's a good one. That's RPG wise. First person shooters, I would say there's no true good free to play game that's not pay to win when it comes to shooters.
Mm.
Unfortunately,
Well, for
no
me,
shootout
the
has the
stream,
yet.
not stream, the Steam. Anything on Steam accounts, you can really find a lot of good free to play games out there that developers are making for Steam. Um,
Um, I actually have another free to play game
and
that
indie games.
if you guys if you guys ever played Magic the Gathering, definitely a good game that's free to play is Hearthstone,
Mm.
made by Blizzard. You can find it on Steam. Definitely a good game to definitely if you're into like TCGs.
Okay, so we're gonna be moving on to our next one right quick.
Hey, yo, Jolly.
Yeah.
One one game I want to add to the list for best free to play games out there right now is Warframe. It is a truly game that it doesn't make you have to spend money to get whatever you want. The only time that you need to spend money or that you want to spend money is just for ease of access for the here and now. You can actually spend 3 to 4 hours farming, get whatever you want, put it on queue, and then you start farming for your next item.
Technically,
The only bad
anything that you have to pay for to catch up, I still consider that pay to win.
that's just
I consider that pay to win. That's me.
let me
That's just
finish.
me though.
I'm not done actually saying why I recommend this.
Okay.
Okay, like I said, once you get your queues or once you farm your items, it only takes 3 or 4 hours to actually get your full farm for that one item that you want. You put it on queue or whatever, and the queue for weapons is only 12 hours. If you want to rush it, it's only like 30 cents to rush it. If you want to, you can just go out there and farm for another item, and then when you come out the next day, you have all three items that you've been waiting for.
You know what? And this goes into like a whole nother topic, microtransactions.
Yeah.
Don't even want to get into it right now. Hollywood and superheroes. Hollywood and superheroes. This topic came up from watching movies such as Dragon Ball Z. That's like anime. That's watch Dragon Ball Z and then how Hollywood made Dragon Ball Evolution.
Well, can I say this?
What?
When we say Hollywood versus superheroes, really just Hollywood versus
It's Hollywood versus basically anything that is dealing
based
with
off of something else.
comics, anime, stories, basically taking a good story and changing the main character or changing the story from what it originally was intended to be.
Just completely changing it. In my opinion, the characters is what makes everybody want to go into the story. Because if you have salty, bland characters, you don't. There's no way a story can back it up because your characters, there's nothing interesting about them. Nobody wants to see somebody that they can't relate to in any type of way, or that's just so damn boring that they don't want to fucking read the damn book.
No, I mean, for instance, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah,
Fucked up movie. It was a horrible movie for it was a
both.
horrible adaptation for an anime. On the other hand, you have Rurouni Kenshin, which was not a Hollywood movie, but it was still made in Asia,
It was still a movie based on a character from
and
fiction.
it was done extremely well, just the same as Death Note, also anime, but also made a very good live action movie adaptation.
And the thing that really those movies, both that I watched, what really made them good is one for Death Note, they stayed true to the characters and the story and it just played off of it. Like it was directly off of the show. When it came to Dragon Ball Z, that one was just in complete opposite parallel. The characters didn't match. The whole abilities was just off. They made it modern day time, which Dragon Ball Z is an alternate universe, whereas semi modern day semi-futuristic because of the technology that's available to them at the time. But they destroyed the characters and the relationships to where just it's just Dragon Ball Z in title, but not everything else.
Okay, so how do y'all feel about what Hollywood is doing to Marvel Comics and DC Comics?
Uh,
Uh, I wasn't a very big comic guy, so I mean, I really don't know the backstories of, I mean, I know
So
a
you
little
seen the
bit of like,
cartoons, right? Like
yeah, I mean, like, seen
Spider-Man
like
and
Force, I mean, Amazing Spider-Man, Superman, X-Men, like the first X-Men.
well, all that still like okay, those cartoons were pretty much based off the comics, so you didn't
Mhm.
really miss much.
Okay.
So this is just talking about the adaptation to the movies. How did y'all feel about those? Like, is America doing like Captain America and all these other characters justice?
Yeah, okay. Or well, Pablo, I'll let you go first. I always take it first.
Mm, I don't know. I mean, dude, I remember watching like the Amazing Spider-Man when I was like seven,
Okay,
8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And
I got
it's a
something.
long, yeah, it's been a long time. So I really, I can't per se like put two and two together. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I got
So
I'm,
something for
so for you, it's entertaining. It's
yeah,
it's it's, it's
it's
mostly
definitely entertaining.
entertaining.
you. Let me say this then. You remember the Fantastic Four?
The cartoon.
The cartoon, the characters, all of them. You remember the
Yeah, so,
Fantastic Four?
yeah.
Which one was your favorite character?
Uh, Johnny Blaze,
The Human Torch, Johnny Blaze.
of course.
So you hear about the new adaptation they're doing for the Fantastic Four?
No.
Johnny Blaze is not going to be black. They're changing his race, his background story, everything.
You lying?
Nope. Johnny Blaze is black. Remember that movie Chronicle?
Yeah.
The black kid in the Chronicle?
Mm.
What?
That's the Human Torch.
What?
Yes, that's going to be the new Human Torch. So they're changing the dynamics of the family.
Get out of here! So they're not family anymore.
No, they are family. He's adopted. And that's
He's a he's adopted.
Well, then
yes,
how? Wait. Now, if they change the story, then what about how's he going to be related to Susan?
he's her adopted brother. It just changed the relationship between them to just them being adopted, but they're still family. Now
No,
that I
man.
find interesting. Like those type of character changes in development, I find interesting. Like, yeah, we all know the Human Torch as being Johnny Blaze's white daredevil because the entire family is white. But now when we put in
Right.
an interracial family in adoption, like it changes the dynamics of how the team kind of works. Me, I can't wait to see what the writers do with it personally because sure, if you're going to change the story, just do the whole thing, but still, keep it true to the character
I
somewhat.
don't know. I don't
And this one
know.
is a whole change in the character development. It's going to be something wild and different. Now, when we talk about Captain America versus the Wolverine movies, God, Wolverine movies, those ones, Captain America versus Wolverine versus Spider-Man, those movies, I have mixed opinions on. Captain America was done right. They stayed true to the Steve Rogers character. He was the skinny kid, but he was always brave at heart. So that's what made him the strongest Marvel character, in my opinion. We go to the Spider-Man from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Okay.
And
Oh, you mean sissy Spider-Man to cool Spider-Man?
okay, now my opinion on that one, Andrew Barker doesn't look like a Peter Parker, but he plays a Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire looks like a Peter Parker, does not play a Peter Parker.
Man, he played such a sensitive role in that movie. Like that was the most sensitive Spider-Man I've ever seen. He had no self-esteem whatsoever.
Yeah,
He
that
was
was how Peter Parker was before he got the Venom suit. He didn't have self-esteem.
oh man, I don't believe that. I mean, even the Peter Parker that I've seen, maybe low self-esteem as when he was playing himself as Spider-Man, but as Peter Parker, he was he still had jokes.
Yeah,
This guy was timid. He was too timid for Peter Parker.
yeah.
I mean, you have someone who doesn't really believe in himself but still has confidence enough to fake it. You know what I mean? This guy was just like he was sensitive.
And at the same time, we're also talking about two alternate Peter Parker universes. We're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man versus the Spectacular Spider-Man.
So you think they balanced it out well?
In a sense, but we're just talking about the character Peter Parker himself. Spider-Man was Spider-Man in the suit. Whenever Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man, like that was a cool Spider-Man. Whenever he was Peter Parker, everybody said yes, that's exactly how Peter Parker should act and look. We saw Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. he was doing cool tricks as Spider-Man, cool fights as Spider-Man, like everything the Spider-Man combat would do that Spider-Man would do in combat. That was Spider-Man. When he became Peter Parker, the Tobey Maguire version, everybody didn't like him because they just felt like I don't think Peter would do that. You know,
Well, they liked him enough to make 3 movies, though.
it was going to happen regardless. Now, when we go to the Wolverine aspect on character development and changes,
I
uh,
don't. I don't even know if I really want. You know how big of a Wolverine fan I am. I don't. I don't know if I want to get into that. Like that. That Wolverine Origins.
you got to put
I cried when I saw that movie. It was horrible.
you got to put your fandom aside and just be a critic.
No,
I,
no. Let me put it
my
this way.
fandom is my criticism. That's the problem.
I know, it's so hard though.
It was such a
Let,
shitty fucking movie.
let me put it this way. I I remember reading like maybe one Wolverine comic, but mostly I don't really know what the backstory, the true backstory,
Uh,
besides what I've watched in movies
well,
about Wolverine.
let me put it to you in a
Wait
nutshell.
a minute. Let him talk. Let him talk.
No,
No, no, no.
what,
For other people that are listening, I mean,
Charlie?
what? Just like per se me, I don't know the backstory. Why don't you go into it? You know,
Okay. All right. Well, backstory. Certain for Wolverine, his backstory has changed a few times.
Hmm.
Like his backstory is kind of a mystery. So no one really knows how he got his powers. Because at first he thought that his powers were actually um, these claws. He thought that he didn't have these claws. He thought that these claws were implanted. But when he was born, which and he's old, like he's old as fuck. He's like colonial times old almost. From back in what was it, like 1700s, almost
Hmm.
1700s or something.
yeah, about
He had bone claws when he was a kid, and feral senses, so he can smell and all this. That's his mutant powers. So what happened with him? He went through both world wars, World War One, World War Two, and he met up with Captain America throughout that time. Had some backstory where he was actually in Japan and he was raised as a samurai for a little bit, so he has history there. Going forward, he was abducted by a Weapon X program. This program, which you see in the movie, brainwashes him, and up until the point where he killed his father in the movie. I don't remember reading that in the comic, but I do remember him like as a child with bone claws. He just never used them up until some shit happened. He stopped using them and he forgot that he had them some kind of way. Weapon X brainwashes him, and with his healing factor, they put this adamantium metal on his skeleton.
Along with other implants.
What other implants?
Okay, so the special thing about Wolverine that not a lot of people know about is he has special implants that cloaks him from different types of tracking, heat, smell, and
Good
other
sir,
areas he's mastered
that
it.
shit is the new stuff that I'm talking about. That was not the original story. The original story, all they did
It's
was,
revealed later on in his throughout his stories.
again, like I said, I'm talking about original stuff. What happens is, over time they always add powers, just like Superman. When
Okay,
he first came out, that motherfucker couldn't fly. He didn't have heat vision.
he
This
could
motherfucker can jump
he
and
could
he can run. Listen to me. Remember what it said? Look in the fucking leaping tall buildings in a single bound, running faster than the locomotive. All that shit changed over time. With Superman, every time they gave him another villain to defeat, they had to make him stronger so he can defeat that villain. If you go back to his main story, he was just like Superboy. They had to give him bigger powers over time. So, just like Wolverine, they did the same thing. I mean, just like Superman, they did the same thing to Wolverine. They made him almost invincible over time. Originally, all they did was give him an adamantium skeleton. He was already good at tracking because of his own senses, so he knew how to mask his own sense,
of
and
course
he knew
part of the
how
blueprint.
to track and not be found.
So
So,
He was part of the Lupin family when it comes to mutants. He's a part of the Lupin gene.
Oh, okay, yeah, all that extra shit. I don't. Yeah, fuck it. So
Come on.
look, I'm just giving the story of him. All right. So he's in this Weapon X program. They're brainwashing him. They're feeding him misinformation. So his own history is false in his own head. So he's thinking he was married to this one chick, but he's really not. He thought he had like this other family, or he thought he lived at other spots. They was basically just brainwashing him, just like they did in the movie. But in the comics, he was actually assassinating people. That's what he was. That was his job. He
Yep.
was an assassin, and he was a part of the Weapon X program.
And
The other characters, they were too, but when they came to the movie, it was supposed to be a Wolverine origin movie. They made the movie too much about everybody else in Weapon X.
yeah, because they forgot about his time when he was on that one Omega project, where he was actually his first encounter with Omega Red. They also forgot about the time where he fought the Abominable Snowman before he was actually
Yep.
took to the X-Men squad.
Well, that one he was it wasn't the abominable snowman.
Really?
It was he was called the Darkness something.
You sure it wasn't the Abominable Snowman?
No, he did fight him, but this one right before the abominable snowman series, like the storyline, he fought this thing. It was like a beast. It looked like a werewolf almost.
That was his first appearance. When he had the short ears Wolverine, that was his first appearance.
His
When
first appearance was in Hulk versus Wolverine.
Mm-mm.
That was his first appearance.
Let's not argue semantics because
Okay,
Anyways, go on, Terrence.
somebody
I
will
mean,
look it
like,
up.
remember, like, this is about me learning more about Wolverine,
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah,
for the other viewers and listeners
yeah.
that
So
don't know Wolverine's back past, like,
basically that was somewhat of his backstory. It's just they watered his story down in X-Men Origins.
can I ask you
What
a
they did
question?
was they took so many comics,
mm,
and like basically seasons. They took so many seasons of his comics and they just mushed it all together and made this one shitty movie.
So
And
let me
they
say this.
introduced Gambit, and Gambit didn't even play a role until he didn't even meet Gambit until he was in the X-Men.
now, going to like per se the movies, because I remember, don't get me wrong, I don't know. You know how you're saying that the backstory of Wolverine is the whole relationship between him and Sabretooth. Is that a real
Oh,
thing?
oh
No,
my
Okay.
God, no.
no.
Can I say
The
this? Can I say something real quick,
Go
please?
ahead, go ahead.
It's, okay, about the origins. The thing that a lot of fanboys said about the origins, the Wolverine origins movie, was A, the relationship between Sabretooth and Wolverine. Yeah, that was like wrong in the very beginning. Two, two, a lot of the people that was in the Weapon X program, such as Deadpool, Deadshot, and the other three people, those are completely different timelines. Deadpool did not appear until like what, the near last Weapon X project.
Yeah, later, much later.
Which
So
for people that haven't seen the origin, uh, Wolverine starts out, with a relationship, friendship between him and Sabretooth. They join
Yep.
forces and meet Deadpool, Deadshot. Who else was in there?
They made it seem like they were family, and they were never
Exactly.
family.
And it was in almost near the beginning of the movie
in the
when,
beginning of the movie, where you guys see Wolverine stabbing the guy through the chest,
yeah,
Sabretooth actually witnesses that. That was Sabretooth's biological father
right.
that Wolverine killed. Wolverine escapes to
Spoiler alert. No, I'm just kidding.
the, Wolverine escapes to the forest. And in the original story, the reason why Wolverine and Sabretooth are actually real enemies is because he killed his first love.
Yep.
Mm.
Sabretooth went to his cabin. Wolverine was married to a Indian girl named Silver Fox,
Mm-hmm.
and
Indian, as in like Native
like
American.
Native American. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
sorry. My apologies
No, no, fine.
to all Native Americans out there. Um, he, and he didn't just kill her. He did other things to her. Like you can see like little innuendos um, about like things that he did to her. So yeah,
Mm.
she was basically raped and murdered while he was away, and they kind of tried to play on that in the movie, but the the woman that he was with was not Silver Fox that we know in the comics. and it was just a really crappy adaptation because they're trying to show this relationship between him and this woman, and then Sabretooth supposedly coming in there and doing that to make him come back, and it was just a weird
Right. And
storyline.
now per se, for the people that haven't seen Origins, once again, he in the movie, Wolverine believes the whole time that Sabretooth killed that woman that he was in love with, right?
Yeah.
And near the end of the movie, Wolverine finds out this woman is not dead, and Sabretooth faked her death.
Yep.
So, just for y'all that haven't seen the movie or haven't gotten to seen it yet.
It was just to me, it was like a director got a hold of a really cool character and just tried to find a way to make the movie interesting to him. Now, to anybody who doesn't know who Wolverine is, maybe they like the movie, but to
The fanboys.
yeah, to fanboys, to real people who cherish these kind of characters, it's
Yeah.
hard to sit there and see a movie director take the storyline in a completely different direction than what it's supposed to be. Now
Right.
that brings me to my other point. A lot of people, a lot of people right now, they'll take these movies and they'll do whatever they want to them because they know it'll draw crowds. Some of these people don't even know the original story, but they'll say like, man, I love the X-Men, and the fanboy will say, man, that fucking movie was shit. But to somebody who never heard of the X-Men, it could have been great to them. Just like the guy who's playing the black Johnny, was it Johnny Blaze?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hmm.
playing the black Johnny Blaze. Like, if they've never seen or heard of Fantastic
Fantastic
Four,
Four, they wouldn't know that he was
yeah.
not supposed to be black. Yeah.
But to me, if I was like basically to write a book or a comic, I wouldn't want anybody rebooting my shit unless I want that. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather it match up everywhere than just match up in the
And
movies.
that goes into another point because like if you believe like what I believe is Hollywood is just there to make the money. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They don't care about the fanboys or per se not the fanboys, but the people that have grown up to love these characters as they were, so many years ago, and to the original artists that made these characters.
My
You
opinion.
know,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, no, no. I was done.
Oh, my opinion on the matter, which reason why I brought up the Spider-Man, Captain America, and the Wolverine movies is characters. As we all said, characters is what makes us love your story. It's what makes us love the whole genre of it. Now, when I say character development and changes, and what's acceptable to some fans and what's not acceptable to some fans, is when you take a strong character like Wolverine, who's actually a strong tactical mind, and you just make him hot-headed and bullheaded like what a lot of the TV shows portray him as,
Mm,
ruins the character for the people who actually knows him. Then
mm.
when you actually do a character right, like Captain America, when you have the two movies, one and two, you see how much success it goes off the box office. It's because both the fanboys and the new crowd being introduced to him is being pleased. Now,
You
when
know.
we take other characters, let me finish. I'm
Okay.
almost
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, when we take other characters into the Spider-Man account, how they actually change the Oscorp Corporation to now being this biological engineer leaders in their industry, and you change around like characters like the Rhino, how they made him like all badass instead of this big ass goofy guy in this tight suit. It Those are good changes. Like those are happy changes. Some characters are good being reinvented in design and in their abilities somewhat, like giving them more abilities a little bit to appease the story for the character, for the main character everybody grows up in love, that's okay. But actually changing an entire relationship and background story, it will ruin that character. Like for instance, Harry Osborn and Peter Parker, yes, that was true in the movie. They were good friends. And they actually are still best friends. But if they would have made them worst enemies after Mary Jane's death, it would have ruined Peter Parker's entire like storyline pretty much. Because there are times Peter Parker's enemies come out.
Yeah.
So, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that for a good movie, like a good Hollywood adaptation of a comic or book or whatever, takes it takes the person who made it to actually be there and babysit them.
You know what?
If you look at was that Harry Potter?
Yeah.
They were there. The what's her name? Uh, I forgot her.
J.K. Rowling.
Thank you. Was there the whole time, watching them, letting them know, and they were asking tips and stuff. Just like when they made Lord of the Rings, they had consultants and all kind of stuff. Like they sit there and they take time to do it right. Now, a horrible version of this. That's not. I don't even want to say that Wolverine Origins was like the horrible adaptation of something. I
It
will say
was.
the absolute horrible adaptation of a Hollywood movie from an American, American cartoon was Avatar, The Last
Oh,
Airbender.
I was
That
about to go into that right there.
that was the
First time.
shittiest. Wait a minute. That was the shittiest fucking adaptation I have ever seen, ever. Like, not even. I would rather go back and watch Dragon Ball Evolution than go back and watch what they
Wow.
did to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I was actually just about to say that
So
movie
many
right there.
characters were destroyed. Rest in
Oh
peace.
my god! Look,
Rest in
what
peace.
is his name? What is his name? Made the Sixth Sense.
Sokka.
What is his
Who?
name?
What?
Wait,
Sokka?
who?
The director.
Oh,
Oh, Night
M.
something
Night
M Night
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
M. Night
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Shyamalan.
say it like this. Hey, The Sixth Sense, that was fantastic. Lady in the Water, I don't know. But like when they sent him down and said, "Hey, make this movie," and he begged them to make that movie. They didn't come looking for him. He looked for them. And it was mostly because he said his daughter loved the show. He didn't know anything about it. What he did was he sat there and he watched one or two episodes from each book. And for everyone who doesn't know, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, it
There's
comes in
four.
seasons and they're called books, like book water, book fire, book earth, book
And
wind,
there's
and shit.
four books
Yeah,
total.
4 books total. What he did was he went and saw like 2 episodes from each book and went out and made a fucking movie. That's what he did.
Yeah.
That's what he didn't follow on with the story. He didn't watch every single episode. He didn't go back and talk to the
And you
directors.
know what?
He
Like the
just
crazy
threw some
thing,
shit out there. And
you know what?
even the fucking the motion graphics was shitty. Like it was, oh man, YouTubers can make a better fucking Last Airbender than that.
And actually brings up a point
Hundred
like even
speed.
the actors that were in this movie couldn't even pronounce the main character's name right.
Thank you.
But they couldn't say Aang. I didn't get that
No,
part.
they didn't even say Aang. They said Ang the whole
Yeah,
time.
Wow. Like me, I stopped after 10 minutes. I couldn't bear it anymore. It was
Uh,
so damn
the
painful.
main thing that people got upset about was that could have been a movie that showed so many different races and ethnics of people,
Oh
and
right,
it
yeah.
only showed like a few.
right.
Like the main character was white. The wait, the three
The
main
main character,
characters
the three main characters were white kids.
white.
I thought Aang was actually from a Shaolin temple that they picked
He
up.
was,
He was.
He
but
was a
he was
white.
still a white kid.
He was a white kid. Big
I'm
old
not
white
racist. I
eyes.
really don't care. But Aang looked white in the show, so I can pass with that. And
Okay, all right. Well, all right. He looked white in the show. What about the other two? What about Sokka?
Sokka looked white in the show.
Sokka was
No, Sako
brown,
was
man. He
very
was
yeah.
he was a
She was
brown color.
yeah. She was very. She should have been either Native American or some type of Middle Eastern.
See,
Yeah, like
see,
that would.
Inuits have a brown color, man. You can't
Well,
fake
if
it. It's hard to
then
fake that,
then make
and
her an Inuit. Then that's what I'm saying is
that's
like
exactly what she
she wasn't supposed to
was.
be white.
No, she wasn't. And then everyone else was just Asian.
Yeah.
And then, what were the Fire Nation? I could
Middle Easterns.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Really? Now,
They're more
if
Chinese than anything.
if you want to do that, if you want to do it that way, all the Fire Nation could have been straight white
Wow.
people,
Yeah, that was bad cast.
because that's basically what they were trying to go for. Is the Fire Nation? They were so bent on keeping their blood pure. They could have been white people if you wanted it to go that way.
And you know the crazy thing is like uh I don't remember it because it was a really bad movie and I really stopped watching and caring for the whole damn thing. Did they ever show like Tao?
Who?
The little girl,
Tao, the little Asian
Oh,
blind
no, no,
girl.
no, no, no,
the
no.
Earth.
Wait,
They
wait.
never showed her, did they?
No, they. Oh, wow. Hold on. Let me go back.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking
I
about.
need to
Like,
look. I don't think they showed her.
no, they never introduced Tao. They never introduced the relationship or the friendship that got bonded by like Aang and what's the Fire Nation kid? What's his
Oh,
name?
Zuko.
Prince
Zuko, yeah.
Zuko.
That's Zuko.
Whenever he needed to learn firebending and came to Zuko for it. You know, there was so much like the movie's idea or the idea of the movie could have been so great. Like it could have been so big. And it could have been, a trilogy or even, whatever, like a trilogy plus one. What are those movies called?
Trilogy plus one. Yeah,
A
Yeah,
and a,
series
a,
trilogy,
of
a series. It's a
a
series.
series of movies,
Yes.
like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. It could have been that way, but
See,
M Night totally fucked it.
look at the other thing that they did when Aang and his group was trying to go around and free nations.
Hmm.
He made a montage. Like, did you really do a montage to
oh,
show them moving from island to island to island, freeing all these people, and you did it in one 5 minute montage?
a
What the
five
fuck?
minute montage at that?
What the fuck? It was a horrible montage, man.
Wait, so you actually watched the entire movie?
I sat there and watched it.
Why?
So did they,
It,
I
did they show
cringed.
Tal?
I cringed. I don't remember her. That's the
I don't. I
problem.
remember seeing her in the movie,
She was not in the movie. She was
and
actually not in the movie.
and
don't tell me you paid for it.
No, I didn't pay for it. What the fuck? No. I
I
saw
watched mine.
previews of it. I didn't. No, no. I'm not
I
gonna. I'm
watched
not
mine
gonna go out there and pay
online.
that. No.
Oh, yeah, you saw it.
Somebody had it on YouTube and I checked it out. It was
Wow.
no, man. No, no. Yeah, they actually didn't. She wasn't in the movie.
Wow.
I don't, cause he
And
didn't do any earth bending whatsoever. All he did was air, and I think he did water.
some water.
He did some kind of bending when he had transformed into like the Avatar state. But
Yeah.
yeah, she wasn't in the movie at all. Not only that, but you didn't see the little monkey thing. What's his name? Mumu.
Uh,
Yeah.
Mumu.
Actually, no, wait, Mumu was in there. He just didn't appear that much. It just, and then Sokka wasn't even funny. He didn't make any jokes. Nothing.
Yeah.
He was so serious.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite
It
scene.
was it was just it was just a jumble of shit. That's what that was.
That
Yeah.
scene.
Definitely.
But yeah, like hopefully in the future, like usually cartoon adaptations, America can't really do well.
So let me say this. What movies do you think did good? Like, what movies did you recommend to people?
Any,
Let's see here.
Based off of this
I would
topic we
rep
just
I would
discussed.
recommend I would recommend Batman, the last Superman movie.
Oh,
Um, even though that had its like little pitfalls in it, but
Every movie
Captain
still has it.
America, um, the what do you
The
call it?
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man, yes.
The actual movie was actually really good.
Um, any of those would be fine. It's
but
just those aren't the movies that I'm really into. I watch them, but you know what? Here we go. The new Godzilla. That was so good. That was so good. I love that shit.
Mm.
Even though they didn't really show the fights enough,
Mm.
but it was like a really true adaptation to like the very original Godzilla.
Yeah. And I remember I grew up watching Godzilla.
Oh man.
of course you did.
Not because now listeners, I am Asian and making a very very racial remark right here.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't bring that up.
Wow. Gojira. Anyway,
My best friend is Asian.
it's Gojira, not Godzilla. Yeah.
Godzilla!
Anyway,
Gojira!
so what was your list, Poe?
Huh?
What was your list of recommended movies within this
Hmm. I mean I agree what uh
Jolly?
Jolly has to say here. Like I did get to watch the Amazing Spider-Man, and it seemed very good. It was definitely a lot better than what I previously saw with the other Spider-Man movies.
Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire ones. That I don't know. It just seemed like Tobey Maguire was a little bit too sensitive in the movie.
Everybody says that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I mean I'm just following along with the whatever everyone flows to. Let me see if I can put out maybe a movie of my own that I've watched. If you guys are into watching like international movies,
I fucking love international movies.
if you guys know what the anime Death Note is,
Yeah. Yeah.
they
Yep.
made a live action towards that movie, and it's also great.
Yeah, we talked
Um,
about that earlier.
Two
yeah,
parts. Two parts.
yep. There's two parts to that Death Note movie. There's also, if you guys have ever seen the anime Prince of Tennis, they
Oh,
made a live action movie of that,
I remember
which is
watching that.
really great.
I remember watching that movie with you. That was a good one.
Oh
That was
wait,
really good.
right quick, that Death Note. You said that there are two parts. What's the second part?
Uh, it's just called Death Note 2. It goes into after Light. What is it? He tries to destroy the book, but what's his name
Okay,
stops him.
there's actually three parts. There's the Death Note part one and part two, and there is actually a story on L before he
I never
encountered.
seen that one.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. It's supposed to be him and his other case files
Hmm.
before he went to Japan and fought against Light.
Okay.
It's really good.
What's another one that has come to light?
Rooney Kenshin.
Oh yeah, Rurouni Kenshin. I have not gotten to see like the actual movie yet, but it seems like I've seen the trailer and it looks like it's pretty good. But I don't know how
Ooh,
they're going to be
man,
taking upon the
Did you
story.
watch the anime series?
Me?
Yeah.
it
Yes.
draws very closely to the anime series.
To a
Yes.
sense. To a sense.
Now, okay. I mean, when you go back, all right. If we're gonna go into like the backstory of Rurouni Kenshin, we're gonna have some debates here. Like,
I don't know,
how
maybe not.
well
I
how
actually
well is this movie made towards this anime?
okay. I'll say it like this: it is it takes a part where he was actually a wanderer and not during his Batosai days.
They
Right.
covered this the first movie, the first Rurouni Kenshin movie, covered very well on his origin story that the anime series didn't do. They actually covered when he was a child, how his family was murdered, and then his actual training. Like it covers more of his training phase, and
Hmm.
then a little bit of his warring phase.
But see,
Doesn't
that's
quite
what I
cover
mean.
the first. Let me finish. It doesn't quite cover the first episode very well, and some of the characters that actually introduced, their personalities were changed.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, is it out in theaters yet?
The first one is. The second one is. I think the
I
second
think
one
it's
is
in the
either
making,
coming
right?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
I
the
making.
think I've
second.
seen the first one, but I haven't seen the second one yet. So I'll be looking forward to taking a look at that. I mean, I did follow uh, the Rurouni Kenshin anime quite fondly,
Oh
and
yes.
I really hope they don't go into making a lot of live action movies like per se like Bleach towards like Bleach anime or Naruto or Attack
Oh
on
man,
Titans even.
no.
Actually,
Um,
Attack on Titan would be a good
I
uh,
don't. I don't know
new.
about that one, man.
I don't know, man.
Attack on Titan, I like the anime, but I don't think I would want to see large naked things run around eating
Right.
people and vomiting
And
them out
They
and
done it
stuff
in
like that.
Jack and the Beanstalk. I mean, come on now. With
well,
Jack
at
the
the same
Giant Killer.
time, like remember these I don't know how they would make the animation towards it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would they have, small miniature buildings where naked people run through them,
I don't know. It would be a pretty massive undertaking because I've seen some foreign films that have done incredible like CG stuff, but
Yeah.
it looked like it would take years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So,
Oh,
uh, per
right.
se, I think you guys have another topic which I am actually not going to be in because due to the fact that I do not know the topic.
So they
Right
go.
quick before we go, well that's pretty much it. It wasn't even really a topic, it's just a scenario.
I don't have
um
a recommended list.
I just want to go ahead and say,
Y'all completely skip my list.
okay, go ahead, forget
So
about you and shit.
I know, right? So I recommend movies that has the best adaptation for characters. Amazing Spider-Man 2, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Not the second one. Well, the second one is a good movie. You still watch that one. Actually, is really good. And the second Thor movie, The Dark World, they actually did really good to the characters, and the dialogue was amazing.
I actually like the second Thor movie better
And
than the first one.
and the Avengers was good. That's as far as comic book movies goes. Yeah, The Dark Knight. We're going for The Dark Knight. Actually, the Dark Knight trilogy was pretty interesting.
Damn, do you really want to just go through this whole list of Marvel and DC movies?
Y'all have movies to list. I only got. I'm done. I'm done.
You done already said Spider Man. You said Thor 2. You done said Avengers and Captain America. Come on now.
All right, all right. I mean,
I'm not even finna stress y'all out. I'm an animated person, so y'all
Me
go ahead
too.
and check out Howl's Moving Castle. It's an oldie, but it's fucking fantastic. Anything
Mm.
by Studio Ghibli is the shit.
Oh, of course,
So
Studio
Howl's Moving
Ghibli.
Castle or Spirited Away.
anything
Oh
that
my
That's my
God.
thing
Miyazaki
right
puts
there.
his hands on is
But there's the thing. House of Ghibli also made a lot of other ones. Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want
They
to
made,
flood everybody
um,
with
of
the
course.
massive amount of jewels that comes out of this
Look,
studio.
to be locked up.
Studio Ghibli. Look, anything from Studio Ghibli, 100% A plus.
Yes,
Everything that they make, like
yes.
all their animes, are amazing.
They're so story. The story is so superb in these animated
Yes,
films. It's
definitely.
fantastic. So first off, like if you've seen it, I would say Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving
Spirited
Castle,
Away.
or Spirited Away, just to start you off,
Yeah,
and then you can
just to
just like
start you off,
just
give you a little
drift.
taste
Yes,
of what good anime is supposed to be like.
swim in all that goodness. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, the other thing, I would suggest Betrayal or Trust and Betrayal from Samurai X. That is the origin story of Rurouni Kenshin,
retention.
and it is
Yep.
bloody and it is great and it is based off of a
If
true
if you
story.
guys if you guys love bloody and gory, go watch that.
Yes.
Oh,
So we're gonna end here, and we're gonna pose a scenario to the viewers, and this scenario is a versus match between Joel from The Last of Us and Drake from Uncharted. Who would win? Leave your comments below. I say I say
Now, granted,
Joel.
this is
I
a
say
first
Joel.
encounter basis. This is a
What?
first encounter basis where they first, engage in combat,
Okay.
and defeat conditions is based on tactical retreat. When I say tactical retreats, is no intention of coming back to the battlefield whatsoever,
Uh huh.
a death or a knockout.
Man, fuck that. This is fight to the death, man. It ain't no
It's either
tactical
way.
retreats, ain't none of that shit. Who's gonna win? If they start duking it out as soon as they meet up, who's gonna win? I say Joel. Joel fucking took a metal rod to the gut and still killed folks. Like no, Joel all the way for me.
I guess I have to just vote for the other guy, don't I? Like,
I mean, you don't have to.
if I don't vote for the other guy, nobody else will. They'll be
No,
like,
you
well,
don't have to. You don't have to because a lot of
I'm going for
I am actually
I'm
an
going for Drake.
Uncharted fan. I
I'm going,
am.
I'm going for Drake.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's doing it out of spite though.
Probably, probably because he's upset that I chose Joel and he wants to choose Joel and he wants to give his reasons why Joel to win and now he's like, well, fine, I'll
I gotta
just
defend this character I don't fucking know.
I'm not finna
Like,
I'm
hey
not
man,
finna go over
and
here and
back
do
in
a
the bar fight.
cosign.
Hey man, I don't even know
and
you, but sure, I'll back you up in this bar fight.
Oh,
to all you listeners, I don't play any console games. I don't know if Left 4 Dead or what's the other game?
The
oh
Last of Us.
no,
The
And
Last of Us are on PC, but I don't play console games.
oh no,
I do
don't
stick to
all the
I
hate
stick to
mail
PC.
coming in now, like all the comments. Oh fuck you, PC fanboy. Oh
Who's
my
this?
gosh, I can see it now. But anyway,
But no, I'm not gonna pick a character just due to the fact that I do not know these characters by heart. So I'm gonna leave it to y'all. Y'all pick up where it's left off. If I'm not sure if Jolly over here is gonna make a poll, whether who it's gonna be Joel or Drake who's gonna win this fight. But you guys, good luck.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, so just leave that in the comments below. And I'm your homie Jolly.
And I'm your co-host Spectre.
And I'm your Coco co-host, Mr. Poh. All right,
Peace out, y'all.
peace out.